Hello again. My second wife has decided to leave me, and I improved the audio this time, hopefully. And, as you can see, I will be talking about this time cards I think are traps. Please stop putting these in your deck. Now, each of these cards is going to basically represent a category, or just an individual card that I dislike. For example, these are the least bad options. These are options that I could see you put into your deck, and I would understand why. I just personally do not like them. For example, Bloom Tender. I get why you would put it in. It's a 3-color deck. You're going to get a lot of pips off this and this and this and that. I don't like that. It's a 2-mana 1/1, and so it dies to Orcish Bowmasters. In fact, I don't even like 1-mana 1/1s that die to Orcish Bowmasters. If you check out my deck list, I only have Birds of Paradise. It's too good to not have. And then you have Adnaz. Adnaz is a staple for nearly all black decks that it's in. However, my personal list has too high of a mana cost to make it worth running. I have too many 4s and 3s and things like that. Elvish Spirit Guide, I just don't like it for this style of deck. I'm going mid-range, not turbo, so I don't want a Spirit Guide. And a Fierce Guardianship. I understand why you would put it in. I just don't like playing my 4-mana commander to then have a 3-mana counter spell become free. So, yeah. Alright, now we're moving on to cards that make me say, what? It's effectively, if I see this in your deck list, I'm going to do a double take. You have cards like Ruin Crab and just mill creatures and rad creatures and artifacts and things like that in general. I think that they're too weak to removal, and it makes you too reliant on your commander being in play. I want to be able to win without my commander being in play. And then you have Defense Grid and Dosen and things like that. If you're going Turbo Mothman, I see why you would put these in. I just think they're bad cards. It gives your opponents too much of an advantage, and if you have to pass the turn, you lose. Then you have, finally, Ripples of Undeath. This is like, it's harder to remove because it's an enchantment. But this alone tells me a lot about the type of list that you're making and the fact that you're too reliant on your graveyard's existence. If you become too reliant on your graveyard, a single Rest in Peace or Exile effect or like anything, you're done. Because I don't want to have to tutor for like a 6 or something. I want to tutor for Rhystic Study. I don't want to tutor for Ripples of Undeath. I want to tutor for like Mystic Remora or Polywalk Prodigy. Things that will always draw me cards instead of being like, it's in my graveyard, but I have to do a bit of extra legwork. So, yeah. Now we're on to the why are you like this category. This category is reserved for people who like to force every deck list to be a specific archetype that they like. You have Ashiok for stacks. Why you would build Mothman stacks, I have no idea, but the amount of times I've seen Oofs and Karns and Ashioks in a deck list makes me want to cry a little. Then you have Hoarding Broodlord for you turbo players out there. Rogsai is good. Turbo Mothman is worse than his mid-range variation, in my opinion. You're the type of people who, when they see any list with black in it, you want to make it as close to Keurig or Rogsai as possible. Not every list has to be Rogsai and Keurig. And then you have, lastly, Displacer Kitten. If you like your kitty cat combos, you are either way, way, way too into kitten to fairy combos from your Jeskai list and are mad that we aren't in white, or you like Atraxa way, way too much, and you think that this kitten right here is like a godsend and the best card in the game. But yeah, don't put kitten in this list. And lastly, now we go to the cards that make me say, dear God, please stop. No, 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 you're ruining my commander. You have Cephalid Illusionist. You're the type of person who put Nadu in every green-blue list and thought that it was good. It's not. This isn't good. Nadu wasn't good with Mothman. Why do you have to shove your target cards in my face? You're bad, and I dislike you for it. Then you have Time Twister. Why would you want to go through all of the effort of putting cards into people's graveyards via mill just to shuffle it back into their deck for them to be able to draw? Why? They're not getting it back. Maybe the occasional deck with Savines is going to get something back, but usually people don't run recursion because they don't expect cards to get into their graveyard too often. Their backup plan is just another combo. So if you just mill out one of their combo pieces, it's fine. They're usually not going to get it back that easily. And lastly, Extract. Why are you running exiled tutors? Are you going to exile someone's Thoracle from their deck? Are you going to exile your own Misthollow Griffin? Like, what are you hoping to accomplish? It's just a supremely bad tutor that could be used as either a counterspell slot or a removal slot or anything. Because it's just better to run that than fucking Extract. Why? Like, I dislike you, personally, if you run Extract. Now that you've learned why I'm so disappointed in you, this is goodbye for now. I am probably gonna go eat something, for I have the munchies. Expect another video soon. I'm sorry this one took so long.